Okay, I want to welcome you all to this new lecture where we're going to be talking about the visual squash method in neurolinguistic programming. Now, I know some of the names might be a bit funny when it comes to the methods and systems in neurolinguistic programming, like a visual squash, for example, but you'll come to find that it's a pretty interesting method. We're going to see what it is and how you can actually use it. Now, this method involves a connection between kinesthetic senses. It means that kinesthetic means, it's related to your touch sense, and perceptual reactivity, how you react in terms of your perception, how your perception subconsciously reacts to this kinesthetic sense. And it is mainly used for solving internal conflicts, thoughts, or beliefs. So if you have some kind of beliefs that are contradictory and some kind of inner conflict, a part of you wants to work on homework and another part of you wants to procrastinate. A part of you wants to start working out, another part just wants to sit home and eat a full pizza every night. These are inner conflicts that happen pretty often, sometimes every single day in different areas in your life, involving different elements of your life. And it's really important to get to terms on how we can actually solve these internal conflicts. We can take any conflicting thoughts or beliefs you have as an example. And notice that I said thoughts or beliefs, because sometimes it's a belief that's contradictory. Sometimes, let's say you're working on starting a business, and you have a belief that you can make the business successful, all right? So you have this belief, and then you stumble upon a hurdle. You were waiting to sign the first client, and then he didn't sign. And then before you know it, this belief starts to diminish. And you start thinking to yourself, well, can I actually do it? Maybe it's not for me. Maybe it's not the right business. Maybe it's not the right industry. This is inner conflict related to your belief system. And the visual squash can help you resolve this inner conflict. So what you'd want to do, and to use the system, is you want to stretch out both arms in front of you with your palms facing up. Now, I want you to look at your right palm and then your left palm and ask yourself the following question. Which palm do you feel is more associated with each one of those thoughts and beliefs? So we'll take an example and stick to it to be able to explain it throughout this lecture. Let's take procrastination as an example, all right? You have a work project or you have some schoolwork you need to work on, and a part of you feels like you want to procrastinate. Another part of you knows that you need to finish the work. So now when you put both arms in front of you with your palms facing up, try to feel which palm can you associate with you wanting to procrastinate. And then, of course, by default, the other palm would be associated with you wanting to actually do the work that you need to do. And you want to try and build a mental image of the two conflicting beliefs and associate each image with one palm. So let's say you associated the left palm with you procrastinating. Well, then you will associate that with an image of you, for example, shutting down the computer and going to play video games or going to go out with the friends. Whatever it is, whatever you do to procrastinate, you got to form a mental image of that. And then you need to also link to it the end goal, all right? So I'll explain that thoroughly. So the left palm is, as we said, is linked to procrastination. And then you see yourself closing the computer and going to procrastinate. And you also want to see the end result. What would happen if you keep procrastinating? You might get fired from work. You might fail a course. Whatever it is, see the end result of this bad behavior that you want to get rid of or control. And then your right palm is associated with you actually doing the work. And you see yourself happily, focus on the emotions here, happily working, feeling motivated, doing the work you need to do, and then see the end goal. See yourself getting a promotion at work or see yourself acing your exam, whatever the end goal is. And now, once you do this, you'll have your left palm, which is associated with a belief or thoughts that you want to control or limit or eliminate, and your right palm, which is associated with the behavior, thoughts, or beliefs that you actually want to reinforce. And you have a mental image formed with each and every one of them, and you also have an end goal that is linked to each and every one of them. And with the end goal, you want to feel the emotions. So you want to link the emotions, the emotional charge you would feel in each situation. Your left palm would be associated with emotions of disappointment, sadness, regret maybe. And your right palm would be associated with feelings of success, achievement, happiness, and so on and so forth. Now we want to get to the part where we are anchoring the visuals with emotions. So while you look at each palm, you want to have a clear image, as we said, associated with each one of them. You also need to see the image vividly and what you're doing and how it makes you feel and where it's going to lead you, right? So we established that. Now the second step is to take some time off where you try and create a third image, a combination of both images into one where you resolve the conflict and find an optimal solution. The way to do that is try to feel, why is your left palm trying to associate you with that behavior? Why are you trying to procrastinate? Is it because what you're doing is a bit boring or not fulfilling enough? What's the real reason? And you want to try to find middle ground there, because you'll get to find that you want to procrastinate because you want to feel this relief and this pleasure of doing something else that you enjoy more. And then your right palm is associated also with a mental image and an end goal where you also want to feel calm and you want to feel happy. And then you want to try to use your creativity to create an optimal solution. Maybe the optimal solution would be, well, I can do whatever I want to do, which is what I want to do when I procrastinate, going out with friends or playing video games or playing some music. I can do that once I finish at least part of the work that I need to do. And then once you get that idea, notice if there is any kind of contradiction or conflict that's being created again. But if you feel that this is a solution that's actually helpful, that can resolve the inner conflict, then you move to step number 3. As you form a good representation of the third image, bring both hands together and place them on top of your heart. Now you want to breathe deeply into your heart, knowing that the conflict is now resolved and you know that you found an optimal solution. Now once you open your eyes, you will automatically be geared towards the third representation you created, toward the third solution you created, which is the combination that would resolve the conflict and get you what you want and what you need at the same time. So this is how you can use the visual squash method. Try it when there's any kind of inner conflict or inner beliefs or inner thoughts. Use it and you can see how it will work very effectively when you do.